Live from the AfterBuzz TV studios and now streaming live on Ustream, this is AfterBuzz TV for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. We'll get you all the latest news and gossip on the show. If you'd like to buzz us, you can call us at 424-256-1729. That's 424-256-1729. And now, picking up where the show leaves off, and the buzz continues. It's AfterBuzz TV's for the Real Housewives of Atlanta. What up, AfterBuzz? Is this your boy DJ Jesse Janedy here in the AfterBuzz TV studio? Well, actually, I'm in the booth, but we have some amazing people in the studio with us. Of course, we have the one, the only, Miss Stephanie Bauer.
Hey.
Hi, what up, girl?
What up?
How's your week been?
It was wonderful. I had a double dose of Real Housewives, so I'm happy. With an extra 15 minutes, too.
Well, yeah, we got to cut off, so on that. And then, of course, well, not of course, we're welcoming to the studio artist Mykee Wattz.
Yes.
What up, boy?
What up?
How are you? Good show? Did you enjoy yourself?
I had a good show last night, and this show today is interesting, so...
All right, Mykee, tell us a little about yourself. What kind of an artist are you?
I am a hip-hop pop artist. I've been doing music since I was 9.
Had a show last night?
Yeah, it was supposed to be with Trina, but money wasn't right last night, so we had a little mix-up. Well, but I still had an amazing set, so.
Absolutely. Speaking about money not being right, well, actually, before we do that, we got Courtney Stewart on the line. Courtney, you there?
Hi.
What up, girl?
Hi,
how y'all doing?
What's up?
Courtney, I'm really excited to talk about this because Courtney hit me up last Tuesday. She was like, why are we not doing this episode tonight? They had a special episode last week that aired right after, was it Monday? It was Monday, actually. Mm-hmm. And of course, I was really excited to do it because I know Courtney likes to go in on Shereé. So let's open it up. Let's talk about it. What do you want to start with first, Steph?
All right, so... the first episode, we're kind of combining 2 episodes, episodes 7 and 8. So we'll start with the first episode, which was the court case.
Right.
And so it's been, you know, things on YouTube, things like that. So we start out by seeing Shereé, you know, all nervous about it. And rightfully so. She's upset. It must be emotional for her. But she's worried that Bob is above the law because he's an ex-NFL player. Everyone just seems to know him and like him. And she even said this judge likes him and says, oh, you seem like a great guy. And she's like, no, right. He doesn't even know him. So Shereé had valid worries going into the court case. So they go in, and before Phaedra, you know, coaches her on the outfit. What do you guys think about that? I think it was a good idea, personally.
First of all, one, how can you sit there? And Courtney is still with us, right?
If you're going to say what I'm going to say, I'm going to know.
Okay.
I think
so
I know what
first of all, how are you going to sit there and say, I think it's really important to coach people on all aspects of going into court? Okay, that would be great if we saw that last week, but the week before, you had freaking Billy Bob walk all up in the court with a wrinkled-ass polo.
Oh, my God.
Coming with freaking cash money like it's what? Like, no, come on. I think that was all for the cameras. Again, I think they're trying to build... I don't blame her because I just think they're trying to build Phaedra's career up, which you can't hate on her. She's a successful woman, but I just think that part, like you were focusing all on that outfit like that, it was not that serious.
Yeah, the way she had her model, them coming out.
I think it was just like... It was just a good pointer. She is a lawyer, so you know I'm Team Phaedra. So you know I can't hate on my girl.
The only thing I had to say, the small thing I had to say about that, and I know it's not a very big deal, but Phaedra is giving her all these coaching lessons on her outfit, and Phaedra looks very nice when she shows up to court, except her multicolored manicure nail polish. Yeah. I'm like,
that's
seriously,
a little ghetto.
you're taking
that's a little ghetto.
That I don't know. Maybe I'm taking it too far, looking too much into it. But when I see Phaedra's manicure, I almost lose respect for her as a lawyer.
I mean, Phaedra,
every color is different.
I know, but Phaedra, like she says, she's ghetto. She knows she is. She just happened to become a lawyer.
Courtney.
Yeah, Courtney.
Let's
what's your
hear
take
it.
on this?
I just had to let everybody air out. I'm so sad I'm not in studio today. I was trying to make it happen. It didn't work out.
It's
But
almost like you're here because we were talking about you the whole time, and now that we have Mykee here, we're like, oh, he'll be on her side on this, and he won't be on her side on this. All right, so what do you think about the wardrobe thing?
Okay, here's my 5 cents. First of all,
She didn't
vomit
even want
to
to give 2
Rick
cents. She said you
because
can have
you
3
do
extra.
not need to say, oh, should I wear the Dolce? Oh, should I wear the Gucci? Oh, should I wear... Give me a freaking break. People that have money and have nice things don't have to advertise that ish all the daggone time. And I'm so tired of hearing it come out of her mouth. It's driving me freaking crazy. As for what Phaedra's trying to do to give her tips, I can kind of buy that just because court, it doesn't matter what you look like. And if she looks too affluent or whatever, the judge can judge her based on that, even though it's wrong, blah, blah, blah. That's fine. And as for Phaedra, she's not ghetto. She's country. But... There is a very high standard of what I personally call country/hood wealth in Atlanta, and so she's trying to do her thing by showing her multicolored manicure and still be true to who she is, but she is still the high class that she thinks she is in her mind.
See, Courtney, you always set us straight with what goes down in Atlanta, because what we think is crazy.
Yeah, Courtney's from Atlanta. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she's like, no, this is the norm down there. You know, she lets us know the reality of the situation. But I mean, as far as that court case was concerned, what did you guys think?
Well, while we're talking about wardrobe, the
Okay.
huge thing was Bob's wrinkled shirt. Like, nobody could get enough of the fact that he wore a wrinkled shirt to...
Who cares that it was wrinkled? It was the ugliest shirt I've ever seen.
That pattern was ugly, though.
It was. So he blindsides everyone by filing a petition for contempt. And in the previews, it kind of made it seem like Phaedra was caught off guard. She didn't know what to do, but she handled it just fine. And I was a little surprised. He did it because Shereé apparently took furniture that was supposed to go to him. I don't know. It just seems like another ploy to prolong this.
What grown man is worried about his furniture? I mean,
one that's not trying to pay child
if I'm getting a
support.
divorce, I just want you out of my life. Come on now.
Courtney?
He obviously, well, first of all, he was such a hilarious mess, but he's obviously not stupid, but he was a mess. But as far as the whole Phaedra thing, I'm interested that he filed a claim of contempt or whatever, and obviously he's trying to just prolong it to wear Shereé out or to annoy Shereé, basically, which actually worked. I'm not entirely sure, though. She was going hard at Phaedra, you got outsmarted by so-and-so and so-and-so.
Right.
And he's just a football player. And I was thinking, I don't know all the legal ins and outs, but I know enough to know that she was supposed to be on the defense because from what I could tell based on the episode, after I saw Watch What Happens Live, we got a different story. But based on the episode, when Phaedra tried to get her to be on the offense and file or have him arrested or do any of that, she wasn't interested in doing that.
Yep.
So all she could do is respond to the petition. You can't suddenly do a new petition just because he filed one. That would be something completely separate. So you still have to answer the petition that he put in before you can even decide to do something different. So I think she was giving Phaedra a hard-ass time for no reason because from what I could tell, the chick didn't even pay her until the day before court, which I also don't understand. And she has nothing to complain about.
Yeah, that was weird how she had to be tracked down and then barely got a check. But the one thing that we forgot to mention, and Jesse and I thought it was interesting, is that she rolled up in a new Porsche, right?
Yes.
What over there, Jesse?
What is she doing for money, though? How does she have a new Porsche?
That's the thing. She's completely...
Because it is leased, y'all, and she makes enough money to lease a Porsche working on Real Housewives.
And living all up in that penthouse that she calls it, right?
Yeah.
Courtney,
which ain't got no furniture.
I seen you.
People are sleeping on the floor, right?
Yeah.
Her son's
Yeah,
bed was on
it's
the floor last week.
It's not a good look.
No. She making ham. She making cheese and bread sandwiches for her kids. No.
Side of grapes.
She couldn't even. She couldn't
Even
even.
the son was
afford it.
like, "Why did you put grapes on my plate?" I was like, "What is going on?"
Great.
You need to eat all of your vegetables. Courtney, I saw you tweet something at Cam about a dog bed.
Oh, yeah, about the dog bed.
Yeah, what
Please
was that?
explain that.
Supposedly, you know how there's the shot where you see the son's room?
Yeah.
And it looks like he's sleeping on an air mattress?
Yeah.
They asked her about that on Watch What Happens Live. Somebody tweeted Andy, and Andy asked her about it, and she was like, "Oh, that wasn't even his bed. That's my little dog. That's my dog's bed." And they were like, "Well, where does the son sleep?"
Right.
She's like, "In his
sleeps
room."
on the floor.
Courtney, you sound just like her.
Yeah, you really did sound just like her.
All right, so I did a little bit of digging, and I did find out what she got in the divorce settlement. So
Ooh.
here it is, and
AfterBuzz TV exclusive.
it's not from the most.
That sounded big right there.
It is an
I
exclusive.
hope you deliver, Stephanie.
Yeah, I'm going to deliver, but I gotta say it's not the most reputable site. It's from.
BryceHilton.com. No, it's just
Do I even have to say? But this is the closest we have to the real information, and divorce settlements are public records, so we can find them out. So here's what we found out. She was given a lump sum of almost $800,000, so it was $775. So that was a lump sum. She was given a yearly amount of $113,000 from Bob's retirement fund. So she gets that every year. And a monthly child support of $2,142. So there was the whole $2,000 thing. She gets no spousal support. When they got divorced, she and the kids had to move out of their house, so that's why they live in their penthouse now. And she was awarded primary custody, obviously, and she gets $250,000 of Bob's 401k plan. And she got a 2006 Range Rover, and the court awarded Bob almost all of the real estate, including 4 homes, as well as the recording studio they have. So basically, she blew almost $1 million in the last few years, so she's really in debt. So she doesn't have all this money. Just like Courtney said, she's leasing. She's totally in debt,
Right.
and so there we see the breakdown of what she.
hence
really did
why
get.
we keep walking into a forest with no concrete laid out.
No,
for it.
hence why that property is in her mama's name, and she's talking about that's for her kids.
It's a.
Well,
Did anybody see Bob like give her the tongue at the end of the court case?
yes.
No,
Wait,
what?
You didn't see that?
I did. He like stuck his tongue.
Lick his tongue out.
But like,
Yeah, he was.
how people's court was
This
that?
is a
Like,
grown ass man giving somebody the tongue. Like it really looks ridiculous.
I did not.
He looks so
see that.
ridiculous running down the hallway.
with his
But
suitcase,
he
like,
cannot
I got
stand
his
His
big.
big
Shereé.
ass, like it does not make sense to me. It's beyond me.
Oh my gosh. Well,
He cannot stand Shereé at all.
And Shereé makes $30,000 an episode.
really?
They get $30,000 an episode.
Plus
crazy.
plus
No,
appearances.
she gets 30 grand.
Yeah,
That means imagine what NeNe and Kim and all
yeah.
them are getting.
And this is
That's
just
a lot of
Obviously,
money.
I picked the wrong career.
Yeah.
I need to go be a Real Housewife in Atlanta.
that is just a rumor, but that's what the
That can't be true.
most credible rumor is, that she gets 30,000 episodes, so she's making about 500,000 a year.
That cannot be true.
Actually,
And
I
she
think
gets
it is-
$100,000 from Bob's whatever fund.
Yeah.
She gets $600,000 a year. That
Do
has
the
to be
kids
shut
from
up.
Jersey Shore even make that much money?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah,
Oh, they do?
situation makes more.
Okay.
That's a good example. Different castmates make different amounts.
Okay,
So Shereé probably doesn't make as much as NeNe.
But also, it was 50,000, I believe. Remember, Cam had looked up all of what they were worth, their net worth. I feel like she was worth 50,000 though.
Well, rumor has it NeNe is ordering a spinoff just of her.
Well, we'll get into spinoffs
That
in
was
a
a
little
rumor.
because I have a
So-
rumor of myself.
All right. Well, let's
wait,
keep.
but before we do that, I Facebooked Stephanie and Courtney a video that was
yeah,
released
this
this
video.
week, and it was it was some ratchet ass shit, guys.
Mykee, did you see the video
No.
by any chance? Well,
No,
yeah.
no, no.
Explain. Yeah. Tell
All
us.
right, so basically, it's like this woman laying in her bed with her like camera with her phone in front of like a webcam, and it says Bob Whitfield on the phone.
Yeah.
And it's
caller ID.
Bob speaking through the phone, basically talking about how the show made him look bad. He's not a bad guy, and it's really Shereé. She's evil, and she's causing all this drama. And I really wish I could explain more of it, but a lot of the video just doesn't make sense to me because it was just like
It was weird.
it looked like a really weird bad porn,
Yeah, and it lasts for like 40 minutes.
like that you would find on World Star.
So what is this? Like the lady is naked? It's a random
She was
lady?
like in her like you can't really see her, but like when she would move the camera, you could kind of see like it looked like she was wearing a bra. Like it was just a weird situation. Like to me, but this was like his official statement, and he was like speaking through a phone that some random woman was holding up to a webcam. Just feel like you couldn't have just gone on a webcam and said something yourself.
Yeah, and the conversation lasted for like 40 minutes. You can see it on the timer on her iPhone. So it was just really weird. And I don't know. Courtney, what did you think about the video?
I can't.
I knew she was going to say I can't. No, really.
I was hoping that like he was going to say something that would make me be like, because I read the comments before like the video loaded, and somebody was like, yeah, Sheree's trash, blah, blah, blah. So I thought he was going to be like, this woman took me for everything I had, and she's squandering my funds not on my kids. Like, I thought he was going to say something of substance. That was the most ridiculous. All I can remember is he mentioned something about fried chicken, and his shirt was actually worth like $300.
Sure, he kept talking about his shirt, yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
I can't.
It was just an embarrassment. They're both embarrassments. I feel so sorry for both of their children. Like, your parents
Can we even
are
imagine
in the
them
public
having
eye
sex
like
together,
that.
though? No. I don't even want to imagine them having sex.
He's
That's
like
just
sticking
disgusting.
his tongue out over like.
So the final outcome is that Shereé gives Phaedra a hard time and ends up kind of firing her, but Phaedra, they make it look one way, but it's kind of doing Phaedra a favor, right?
Yeah.
Phaedra's
I don't
like,
think she's
thank
gonna
you.
be fired though.
Well, no, it's done. She got a new lawyer.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh, she did fire Phaedra.
Yeah. Well, here's what it looked, and maybe Courtney can explain it a little better, but it looked to me like Shereé fired her, and then Phaedra said, I'm kind of glad she did, so it gave me an excuse not to have to say, I don't want to be your lawyer anymore. Right, Courtney? Did I see that right?
Well, I think it was actually the opposite. Phaedra said, I don't want to ruin our friendship. Let me suggest this person for you to work with, and obviously you can look at whoever else you need to. And then Shereé was the one that was like, I'm glad she let me go off easy so I didn't have to fire her ass. And I was like, oh, really? Give me a break.
That's what it was. So Phaedra did the right thing, and then Sheree's like, well, it's a good thing she did that because I would have had to fire her, Okay, anyway, so that's done. And the other big topic that happened in the first episode we're talking about is Kandi Koated Nights.
Oh, God.
So Kandi brings on Marlo and Charles Grant, the power couple that's like the side couple for Real Housewives of Atlanta. And Kandi says, how have you been making so much money or whatever? And the girl just says, I'm blessed. And it was hilarious.
No, she said, from God.
From God. Yeah. And
God must really love her. I must be in the wrong religion or something.
Clearly. I mean, Jesus.
So
I need to find her God real soon.
Right.
Yeah, so she kind of calls her out on it, but she doesn't get a straight answer. I don't know, Jesse, what do you think about what she said? I mean, we see it in the next episode. Do you want to go ahead and talk about
I'm just tired. I'm tired of... First of all, I'm just tired of the fact that they keep bringing up this NeNe and... What's his name?
Charles Grant. I'm
Yes.
so sick of it. Like, nobody cares.
Right.
And they don't care either. Neither one of them cares.
Right, and then they keep throwing it at this Marlo girl, and... I'm just gonna say I'm not gonna wait till the next one that we start talking about. I want to say it here, Courtney. Do you think that they're trying to bring Marlo as a housewife into this? Because we know Atlanta housewives, they be rotating these bitches like.
I hope not. Marlo.
I mean, I guess they need another Kim because she's obviously got some big papas in her pocket. So they want to fill the void that Kim is leaving or not bringing anymore. I don't know, but I'm over it, and I don't understand. When they first introduced her as a socialite, I was like, that's Atlanta, Georgia. Ain't no damn socialites in Atlanta.
Marlo is kind of like, she gives me tranny.
Mm-hmm.
She has this deep smoker voice. She's really tall and very thick. Like, I don't know.
I don't know how she's pulling all these
Right.
guys. Like, I would see someone like Cynthia.
Maybe that's why.
I don't know.
And
She
Atlanta.
They say Atlanta has
is
that big
suspect.
down low
Yep.
population.
Atlanta is suspect, so you never know.
She be bending Charles over at night.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into the new episode because all I really cared about was that court case.
Yes, new
and
episode.
I thought we were gonna get more drama than that. Let's talk about some fluff. We had Kim She was moving this week.
Yeah, Kim. Well, they show her coming home with her baby in the last episode. Nothing really special happened in that episode. It's like boring. But they move into their new house. It's like her dream home, and I am happy for her. It really does seem great. It kind of seemed to me that Kroy seemed awfully quiet through the whole big reveal. Like very, very quiet, and it's all his money. And I think Mykey's like,
so glad you brought that up, Stephanie.
Right. Like he didn't really say a word.
What can we just backtrack a little bit? Because when they were moving out of the house, what was up with like the sad music? Because it wasn't like
the memory montage.
Yes.
Courtney, what do you think about the memory montage? Because we were just like making fun of it.
No, Courtney, before you say anything,
we're all
this damn memory montage. I was like, what are they trying to do here? Like, really? First of all, the graffiti wall in her house. Like, what is that? One, my mother would rip me apart when I used to draw on the wall. Two, all right, this memory montage thing. Like, we've never seen this on the Housewives before. So my question is, Courtney, Mykee just said about NeNe trying to get a spinoff. We know Kim is having a wedding special. So do you think like this memory montage to me was like, I feel like they're trying to put out in the air that Kim could have her own show. Like we care enough about her life. And that memory montage to me was just like, I mean, they went back to some good clips, and I was like, oh shoot, like I miss when NeNe and Kim were friends.
Yeah,
like, I liked
that's the only part of it I liked.
However, watching that memory montage,
you do. I always thought their relationship was so fake.
Oh, but I loved
so
it.
fake.
But it was fun to watch. Oh my God.
It was fun to watch.
They were such girlfriends, like total frenemies, like that would talk and smack about everybody else and think that each other would never talk smack about each other. But of course, if you talk smack about everybody else, you're going to talk smack about each other.
Right.
They were awesome together. I hope that the montage was a foreshadowing of the amazing thing that's going to happen in the spinoff shows where NeNe and Kim will reunite, and we will actually be entertained by the Real Housewives of Atlanta.
She got high hopes. She's got
I really think that Kim is just over NeNe. It's not gonna happen. She has Kroy, and she has her daughters, and she has her slave.
I definitely.
She's gonna have Kroy for like another week and a half, and
I don't know. I honestly,
he did not
they're
look
good together
at all.
I think they're good together though.
Courtney, you think they're gonna break up?
Yeah, for certain. Like, are you kidding?
Wait.
They dated for how long? They are so gonna break up.
Okay.
She is so spotlight driven. I don't think there's any way for real she's going to walk away from it unless by some miracle their show is a hit, which I can't see that happening, but maybe stranger things have happened.
But Kroy's so like, he just goes with the flow.
Yeah.
And I think that
I couldn't see him getting mad over anything.
Exactly, and that's my point. Like, I mean, honestly, you know me, Courtney. I'll be the first one to say, like, no, what is this? This looks like a mess. And that was what I was saying. But the more I get to see them and the way they interact, like, I mean, this man dropped money on that house. Come on.
That is a nice house.
And he
you guys,
Courtney,
they
listen.
are in Atlanta, Georgia.
I feel
it might have been $1 million.
Okay, I understand that, but come on, like, they hired so many people to work for them. Like,
that is true. They are in Atlanta. That house out here in California,
right,
would be like $20 million.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, I think that this is something that Kim has wanted. I think with Kroy, he's somebody who, like, he has this child and he loves the daughters. I just think it. Okay, now in like 5, 6,
You're
7
the same one that
years,
said Brielle was gonna get up on that in a little while.
Well, no, but
you?
when she's 18 and she does fuck Kroy.
Oh my God, where is this coming from?
This is a theory that we have, and I even
Wow.
wrote it down in my notes this week that she's like, Brielle's prancing around the house like, am I tan? Do I look good? Yeah, because your hot young husband's in the house, and
Right.
she wants to. Yeah, so that's our theory. The three of us think
That's
that.
a huge
It
theory.
is. We create lots of theories here.
That's actually disgusting to think about, but hey, if Kroy wants to hit that.
I think Kroy's really young, and I think that he likes how she's kind of mothering towards him, and the one that's taking care of everything.
How
I
old
think he
is
has
Kroy?
like a mother complex. I forget
20?
now.
Kroy's 26, right?
Yep,
She's 25 or
26.
26. Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that's younger than me. So
Right.
And Kim is claiming to be 33.
yes, claiming to be there. I do not believe that whatsoever. When my boyfriend watched
I
the
still
show,
don't believe it.
yeah, when my boyfriend saw this when I was watching it, he's like, "Is that her son?" You
Yeah.
know, he couldn't even believe it. So. I don't see them staying together either, but for now, I think it works.
Well, speaking of sons, NeNe had a little interesting chat
NeNe.
with Bryce, 22 years old, living out in the real world. Well, not yet.
She's like, he's grown up a lot in
He's
the
living
last
back home
year.
with
I'm
her.
like, good,
Yeah.
he's 22, you know.
I mean,
Mykee said that he's like, what girls would sleep with him?
Who's gonna have sex with Bryce?
Here's who. All the girls that watch Real Housewives of New Jersey that love the little sons because they're, what's the mom's name?
But at least
God,
those
I can't
boys are
remember.
handsome.
They are. You're right. They're cute. But all the girls date those boys to be friends with the
I don't
mom.
know about
And so all the
Bryce.
girls in Atlanta would be like, oh, I'm sleeping with NeNe's son.
I mean, if Sheree's banging Bob Whitfield's, I mean, Bryce can probably.
Exactly. If Flavor Flav can get women, Lil Brycey can do all right.
NeNe had
Bryce,
a little
little
sex
Bryce.
talk about using protection. And my favorite quote was, always, no matter what they say, even if they say, ooh, get it right now.
She's speaking from personal experience on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
And
say
by
that.
personal experience, the other week when her and, what's his name, were upstairs. What's her
Bob.
ex's name?
No.
Peter.
No.
Or not Peter.
The husband?
Greg.
Greg.
When her and
Greg.
Greg, she was like, yeah, you know, me
They
and
all have such white names.
White. I
Bob,
know, it's like,
Peter, Greg.
when NeNe was like, yeah, you know, me and Greg, we were upstairs packing, and he just hit
can't
it
with
real
that.
quick. Like,
That's
what?
disgusting.
No.
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 But how did they go from they went from culinary art school to
Sex.
That's kind of weird. And I couldn't see him as a chef anyways.
I could.
He would definitely be a chef.
He's
Aw.
overweight.
I hope he gets a job so he can stop the weed arrests.
Why?
Oh,
That's
that
what I was going to
wasn't-
say. Didn't he just get arrested?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been arrested like 3 times, right, in like the last 2 years.
That is a damn shame.
Well,
He's a poor baby.
I liked the little snippet into their life of her giving the mothering lectures, but that was about all we saw from NeNe. So now we get to Cynthia's
Kandi.
party.
Well, before we get to
Oh,
that,
oh.
Kandi, we find out.
Oh.
I don't know. Like, were you guys into Candy's latest album? Have you guys heard it?
No.
I haven't even heard one song.
Okay. It was. I love you, Kandi. Love you.
I love Candy as well.
I
But-
love you too.
It wasn't her best work. It was kind of very like.
Okay, let's be honest. Candy is older now. Her career is never going to pop off to Lady Gaga or Beyonce. It's just
Right.
not going to happen.
But even the
Not even-
lyrics and the songs, it was just like, oh, girl, who you writing this
Because
for?
she's old school. That's why.
Yeah, she's
true.
TLC.
Yeah, she's TLC.
But
She's old school.
if it was TLC, I would have been like, yes.
She's 90s.
Yeah, but I love 90s. This CD like was more like, you ever heard Fantasia's first album? It was like that downgraded to like, I don't even know.
Didn't Candy write for Fantasia?
Probably. But she just needs to stick to writing, which is what her manager said. Her album sales were poor.
Well, now she wants to do country.
Yeah, she wants to do country, and Courtney, I don't know if you noticed this, but I pointed out to the guys that when her manager said, "What country artist do you want to work with?" and she lists off the name, and all of a sudden it doesn't show her face when she says this, and it was completely edited
Yeah.
in Jody Messina, and I was like, why did they do that? The tone of her voice was different. You could almost
was
hear the clicks.
foreshadowing.
Yeah, you could almost hear the clicks of the editing, and it's because then we see later on in the episode that she does work with Jody Messina, so they totally added that in later. She didn't really say that. So now she's working with Jody Messina, and Jesse didn't really know who she is, but she is a big deal country artist. I remember from when I was younger, she was huge. And she's not quite as big now, but she is a big name in country. So I think this could work for Kandi.
Yeah, I know Jody Messina's work pretty well, and I think it's a good match. And I think it's kind of cool that she wants to do country, especially when she explained why she wanted to do it. And it's a nice little foray into it for her, and I hope it works out.
Yeah, Jody Messina is a good match because it is kind of like that man-hating. Even though Kandi said that's not what she does, it kind of is what she does.
And
I don't think it's going to work, so bottom line is not.
wait,
gonna
but
work.
why? Because I mean,
Jeez, way to be positive.
wait, but I want to ask. I did want.
My bad. It's just not going to work. I do music. With her, it's not going to work.
And that's what I did want to ask you, because you've obviously done recording sessions, you've been in studios with people and written with other people. So, I mean, we heard the song that Kandi wrote for her. And when I heard that song, I was like, I'm glad Jody kept it real and was like, yeah, do you mind starting from scratch?
That was
That was
great.
very polite of
man.
Jody. But, like, that song was just like, no.
Vindictive.
Did you even think that was a country song?
No,
Like, 'cause
it,
she
it
was like-
sounded actually really R&B.
Yeah.
But you know what gets me is that, Kandi has this great resume in her career. She's built a a category of music that is exceptional, and she's still embarrassed to this day to sing her own music.
Right.
Like she still has that face like, is she gonna like it? Are you gonna like it? And it's like, why? Why is that? You should be like on point. If she was probably more confident,
Jody Messina
she would
have
probably
liked
been,
it.
yeah, right? And it's just, it's
Because
weird.
Jody Messina's like, why are you making that face?
Yeah.
Right. How do
She's
you
like,
expect to
I
sell
get
something?
embarrassed. It's like, what are you embarrassed about?
How do you
You're
expect to
Kandi.
sell something if you can't sell it?
Yeah.
If you don't even want to buy it.
Exactly.
I don't know. But
Maybe
so,
she'll do better with the sex toy line with the lipstick and
I think that's gonna, honestly, I think that's gonna be what it is.
She's
I
more
mean,
comfortable with the sex toys in her own music.
That's
completely more
crazy. It's
comfortable,
weird.
which is not normal for most people.
Right.
I mean, they have like the vibrator on the dinner table. Everyone's looking in the diner, but she's really comfortable with that. So
yeah.
Clearly, I still
maybe she needs to get into pornography or something.
Well, her mother would not appreciate that.
Yeah.
But so yeah, then we went to Cynthia's party. Now, I missed the beginning 15 minutes. Stephanie, did you watch the first?
Yeah, I watched the first 15 minutes, and to sum it up, it was just Peter being a jerk. She's already stressed out. She was at a modeling shoot, and she was already stressed out, and he was just basically reaffirming everything she was stressed out about and not really trying to help, just being a jerk. And she sent out the invitations too late because of the holiday, and instead of being like, oh, I'm really sorry, babe, yeah, that sucks, but it's okay, it's probably okay, he just continues to berate her even more and
Why
tell
is
her
he
how
mad
bad
over her fault for her own business?
Yeah, I mean, he wasn't mad. He was just being a jerk about it.
Okay.
So, Courtney, we know you like Peter. How did you see it go down?
Because I can't even
Peter.
imagine how you can stick up for him, Courtney. Because you and me, we usually have the same type of, come on.
I can stick up for him for a couple of reasons.
I'm going to shut your
Number
mic off.
one, we don't know the truth of their relationship for real, and I think pieces of it are starting to reveal itself a little bit. And I think that when NeNe commented on how Peter, there's like I don't remember if it was the first episode or the second one, but they shoot to NeNe in her little confessional or whatever, and she's like, Peter's like the one that like gets down and dirty, and Cynthia's just kind of like la 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 la, because the things have always been done for her. I think that part of their relationship is probably her being quite flighty and thinking that Peter will pick up the slack. And I think that he was trying very hard not to be any part of her business thing because of her family and because of the fact that he's always sort of the one picking up the slack for her.
I don't agree
That's
with that.
true, but he didn't have to be a jerk about it.
But I think
Peter
that if you're
is
taking it out of
trifling.
context, I'm not saying he was being nice to her. He could have been like, sure, I'll help you, honey, and find your sister and get these mailed out to you and everything, blah, 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 blah. But I think that it was probably somewhat placed. It was out of place, out of context, based on what we saw.
Well,
and I think that, yeah, he was being a little bit of a jerk, but I don't think it was that serious.
all right, and you know what? I will add on to this because one side of it, like they're taking a negative and turning it into a positive. I did see at the very end when he said, you know, I wanted her to do this for herself, in the sense of. Actually, no, Courtney. I can't even go there. Because I understood the part where he said, you know, I want her to do this for herself so that way her family can say, like, look, Peter's not shoving his face in. He's not telling her what to do with her company. This is her money, her company. Because that's what the family has an issue with, is the fact that he's been messing with the money. And she's been giving money to Peter. So I understood that. But the reality is like, why did you leave the party? One.
Well, see, that's my next thing. That in the end, when he left and there is no indication of where he went, I do have an issue with that.
Well, Peter's trifling. Come on now, he's Papa Smurf.
But I
Isn't
don't think that changes. But I don't think that changes
How
what
many
he
kids
said
does he have
when
from
he said
different
he
women?
wanted her to do it herself.
Wait, he has multiple kids from different women?
Yeah, he has
Isn't that
like
what he said?
5. Yeah, he has like
That's
5
what he said
kids.
in the first episode, right, or the first season.
Remember when Phaedra
Yeah,
made
that's
that
when
comment?
Phaedra called him dirty or whatever.
And then she called this season. She called him Papa Smurf.
Yep, Papa Smurf. I don't know. I mean, I don't think Cynthia at the beginning. I don't think she asked much of him, like to do anything.
Do you feel it's like a jealousy thing? Yes. Maybe he's jealous.
No, see, I don't think he's jealous at all. I think we don't have I think of all the people that we see, their editing is not an honest depiction of what's going on in their relationship.
And that's the case for all of them. I don't know if it's the most, but it definitely is a lot.
Because
But
I feel like there's a lot missing, and her attitude and the way she carries herself and her insecurity that shows, like, it all seems very weird and misplaced, especially based on how much they were supposedly, when they first got introduced and being in love and blah, 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 like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot we miss with them. And that's not to say that Peter doesn't do some sucky shit, but I think that we're not getting a real picture with that for real.
Well, Phaedra kind of goes into it in her little confessional. She says, I think Peter's jealous. And Phaedra is the same person that said a couple episodes ago, she said, that Peter, you got to give him credit. He can make 10 cents turn into $1. You know, she's like, he's a really good businessman. But now she's saying that she thinks he's jealous. And these confessionals are really eye-opening because they are there for it. And no one knows what goes on behind closed doors. But Phaedra would know better than we would watching the edited versions if he kind of does seem jealous at these events, how he acts. So I think he seems a little jealous because when they first got married, she wasn't doing a whole lot besides modeling. Now she's a businesswoman, 2 businesses in one household. I think he's jealous.
I think that
his ego's probably bruised because he failed at his last business venture. So
exactly,
he's probably.
Well, I want to see what you think of this, Mykee. Another rumor, another situation that we've created here. I personally think, and I think Stephanie, you're on my team. We're trying to pull Courtney in this. I personally think Peter and NeNe are gonna end up hooking up with each other. I think they're the perfect couple for each other.
Have you seen that at all? Because we see it.
I mean, I see NeNe being thirsty over Peter, but I don't see Peter giving into that. I don't.
That's
see
what
that.
I said. I said it would be NeNe more, and they say, "Oh, it's both parties." But
it would have to be a good drunk night off of a couple glasses of Moscato. Actually, a couple bottles. I don't think Peter's that stupid. Well, he obviously married his wife for a reason.
What? Well, that's true too. But
You trying to say NeNe not a hot model? She said she was a model.
Oh, that
she's
was
a model.
Great. She's tall.
Well, she's.
What did Kandi say? She's just like, well,
tall.
She's tall. I know. I can't even.
All right. So
well, while we're talking about Cynthia, can somebody discuss her sister Mallory? Because I have a problem with her.
I
for real.
love Mallory. She's just trying to have her sisters back. That's what family does.
I got sisters. I got 2 of them. They all have my back all the time.
Wait, so what's your issue?
And when I found out, did you know that Mallory's problem with her relationship is that her husband was actually dating her daughter first?
Whoa.
What? Oh, hold on.
What they were trying to allude to, 2 weeks ago, when they were like, when Cynthia was like, well, we don't talk about what's wrong with your relationship and all that.
Wow.
Yeah, Miss Mallory.
Wait, so her current husband was dating her daughter first?
That is word on the streets.
Black people, we got to get it together. I'm saying, I don't understand what the hell we doing in this world. I don't get that.
Exactly.
That sounds like some Teen Mom shit.
No, that's not Teen Mom. That's Maury all the way.
That is Teen Mom.
That is a man, Maury. That is a man.
Mother and daughter.
No, that's drama.
Dating son and father.
So, like, how does that even become your stepdad now? Because after you slept with the man, and now he's sleeping with your mom.
Ew.
Like, think of the Thanksgivings and the Christmas
That's
dinners. Like, no.
That could be a whole spinoff.
Yeah, that actually really
There's
could
a third spinoff. I don't know, Mallory. It seems like Cynthia needs a little help business wise, and she turns to her sister a lot, and her sister doesn't always have her back. But she's just not the best person to go to.
Right.
I mean, I have a twin sister and an older sister, and they always have my back. But I don't know if I'd go be business partners with them because Cynthia is kind of like the little lost bird, lost dove, like needs help, and her sister isn't the best fit for it. And so I wrote down, I said, I think she just needs a better business. I don't know, is it manager or whatever her sister does for her doesn't seem to be working.
Is her sister her manager now?
No, I mean, that's not her title,
Her
but
assistant.
Her
She's her assistant, but she is so freaking negative.
Yeah.
Cynthia's all upset about this thing, not like worrying that nobody's going to show up. And even if, like, we don't know, like, oh, God, there was something awful going on with her and Peter that Mallory knows about and we don't know about, fine. But she's crying over this party right now. Like, why you got to bring all that other stuff up?
You know
if something is going on, you're only making it worse.
Cynthia needs a sweetie. Cynthia needs a sweetie.
Yeah, everyone needs a sweetie.
That's what Cynthia needs.
We all need a sweetie. But with that, Courtney, even Stephanie like pointed it out. That was so edited. There were times where Cynthia was crying, then she wasn't crying. Like,
and her hair was done, and her makeup was done, and then it wasn't done, and then her hair was done.
They pieced that conversation together. So I I think that they're painting her sister to look a certain way. I mean, that is really some trifling
Do you
shit
think
if sleep
Cynthia
with
and
your-
Peter are gonna get her divorce?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. I think it'll happen before the reunion. They'll have already been separated.
Really?
Right.
I don't think it'll be that quick.
Mm-hmm.
Because even like when they bring up the New York thing where she's like, I felt so at home and this is who I am. Like, I feel that she's probably needs to go back over there.
Well, here's the thing. Aside from not helping out in the beginning, he leaves and she's calling him on stage. Right, Courtney? I mean, that was pretty
That's embarrassing.
crappy, right? And his excuse was, which we could talk about in predictions, his excuse was, I don't like goodbyes. Yeah, you don't like goodbyes at a going away party.
I don't think that was real, man. I do not think that was real. And I think they're teasing us to make us think that that's his response for what happened.
Which they are very good
I
at
think they're
doing.
talking about something else. Because that's retarded.
Exactly. I mean, that could be the only logical excuse because that is not an excuse. I hope it's Bravo's
I
editing.
really hope that's not the truth.
Because
But
Bravo's
here's
good
the
at
thing,
that.
though. Like, think about it. He sits there and says, "Oh, I don't want to help you because I want your family to see, you do this by yourself." So you care so much about proving something to her family, but then you don't stay and support her. Like, you were a creeper. You're in the back of the freaking thing, like by the palm tree, like looking
He
around.
said he wanted to play
corners
the
and
background.
Right.
That's what he said,
How
right?
do you know Bar 1 wasn't on fire? Y'all are judging Peter before you know what's really
you
going on.
Courtney, you're being NeNe. You being thirsty over Peter.
Do you see
No,
where Bar
Courtney.
1 is located? Do you see that shit?
Bar
Somebody could have
1.
robbed Bar 1 and he had to run out of there all quick to
With all
save
those
the little
electrical
$20,000
wires hanging
he
from the
has
ceiling.
left.
And what is with they can't get air conditioners in the damn bar. They can't get air conditioners in the damn modeling
Yeah, what's up
agency.
with Atlanta?
And they all say
It's
hot.
real hot and
Summer
real
in
muggy.
Atlanta.
So summertime businesses, I mean, air conditioner be going out sometimes. It happens.
I can't.
So did
Fire at
so did we decide if Cynthia changed the name from the Bailey Agency of Modeling
It's the Bailey Agency School of Fashion.
Fashion now? So
she
she
changed
listened to
Russell.
Russell's advice, which is
Um,
good.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the other big thing that happens at the party is Marlo arrives, just like she always
Ooh.
has been. Well, no, wait. Actually, no. Let's take it back. NeNe arrives
trend
late.
is-
Yeah, NeNe arrives late, like she
Like
always
always.
does. Like, hi, you look good too. You look good. Thank you. Thank you.
She does that on
thank you.
purpose.
She walks right through the middle.
Make an
Yeah,
entrance,
she
girl.
makes her entrance.
She's a peacock.
And everybody
Haters.
No.
She is a beast.
everybody wanted something to go down with her and Kim, and I kind of knew it wasn't going to happen because I think Bravo would have given us something last week, but nothing happened, and it was the first time they'd been seen each other since the reunion or
Not
been in
with
the
Kroy's
same
big ass
room.
over there. Kroy ain't let nothing happen to Kim.
I love
Not right
how
now, at least.
you're supporting Shereé, your favorite girl's
Oh yeah.
theory. Sheree's
know.
like, nothing's going to happen with Kroy here.
Nah.
Courtney, Mykee loves Shereé, by the
I
way.
love Shereé.
Why do I call her Shereé? I'm sorry.
Why?
Sheree.
Because her wig is the only one that's right?
Courtney, you don't be buckling up your wigs when you be driving around town.
I don't have my wigs yet, but I'm working on it. But when I do, my wigs will have their own little car seats, too. I'm not even mad.
That's just ridiculous. But we
Hey,
did say
wigs
that
are expensive.
Kim
That
has
is not
upgraded her wig
ridiculous.
game.
Yeah,
Kim has upgraded her wig game.
Very
I will
much.
give her that.
yeah, that's why
Yo, did you see the clip from the first season and how
Yes.
different the
Uh,
wigs were?
wow.
Woo.
that's the benefit of the memory musical montage is that
Uh,
we get to see
The wig game.
the hierarchy of wigs that she's gone through. Or what is it called? Not transition. I don't know.
Evolution
But
of her wigs.
evolution. That's the word I was thinking of. The evolution of Kim's wigs and lipstick is what I like to
No,
see.
There's another spinoff.
Her wigs and her lips.
Yeah, lips. Period.
I think she looks better now than before.
Yeah.
I do agree with that. I think the weight helped her, and her body looked banging at that party. I'm sorry, like for you to have just had whoever's lipoing you up, get it, girl.
Remember, she wore all
Get it,
black.
girl.
Remember,
she wore all black, and it was a cinched jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So
So
anybody
of course
can
it's
wear
gonna
that.
look
And
good.
it's all strapped up.
Yeah. So nothing really happened with them. It was kind of, not a letdown. But Marlo's there, and she kind of confronts Kandi, which I was a little surprised about because Candy's kind of in her element with all her friends. And I know they're kind of friends with Marlo too, but I was still a little surprised that she kind of
And
stuck
Kandi-
to her guns.
Candy's usually, the middle person, so she's not really somebody to attack somebody.
Right.
Well, Kandi also has a way of making sly comments and smiling when she says them.
Yes.
That's true.
So Marlo called her out on it. So
That's true.
Have you seen how quick Marlo was hungry for Kroy? She was like, "Ooh, Kim." She like pushed Kim out the way. She was like,
basketball
"Hi."
player or baseball or football
She's like,
player.
"You play sports? Hi."
Well, and then Kim tried to call her out on the sleeping with men for money thing, and it's like,
No, the money from God.
oh, the money.
No,
from
no. Mykey's right when Kim says she's sleeping with guys for money and they pay
yeah,
all her
yeah.
bill. Like, who does that?
And she said,
Right.
"Who does that?" I was like, "For real? That's all you've done your whole life, girl."
I think that she specifically was making a joke, right?
No,
I mean, that's how I
she
took
was
it.
serious as
She
all
was
hell.
making a joke, Jesse, right?
Okay, I think
She was joking.
No, I don't think she was joking. Here's why I don't think she was joking, because she was when you watched her in that situation making the faces, like she's like
Disgusted.
uncomfortable because she knows like
Appalled.
people could be saying the same thing about me.
Okay, so then when they're in the group and then they keep going on the Big Papa thing, like they keep saying
Big Mama,
Papa.
Her
Big Papa,
face
Big
was
Mama.
killing me.
Kim's face was just like in utter disgust. It was just like,
This is why I don't go out. This is why.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
Acting like she's so above it all now
Right,
because
right.
she's like wifed up and.
But she did give us the best line of the night.
what did she say?
Talking about Marlo said, "No, you get money from God." She said, "No, bitch. God made you a hole to make you money." I died at that. That was amazing, Kim. That's like the old Kim that we used to have with NeNe. I need that back.
I know this episode of Kim.
So-
the last 2 episodes with Kim. When I watch Kim, I want to lay around in sweatpants and talk really slow and complain. Like that's how boring Kim is to me. Like how can people hang around her? So when we do get her back in these social situations, it's nice.
She's funny.
Yeah, she is funny.
But okay, so back to Marlo. I mean, what's wrong with Marlo? I mean, if you're a hoe, just own it.
What?
If that's
Thank
what you
you.
do, just
Thank
own
you.
it. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I do. Now what?
yeah.
Why do you have to hide it?
Mm-hmm.
I don't get Marlo.
Again, I just think that she is being thrown into this group for whatever reason, and I just feel like it's Bravo trying to. I don't think they'll bring her in as a housewife, but I think they're just testing the waters out. We've seen them do this with other people. They're doing it right now on Beverly Hills with Dana
Brandy.
and Brandy. They're just testing the waters out, like how are people reacting to her. If we don't like her and we really hate her, then they're definitely going to bring her in because she's going to be another NeNe. And then we're going to get situations where her and NeNe are out. And Stephanie, you hit it on the head when you said Kim's not out and about. She's not being a socialite anymore. So we need somebody to be that antagonist. Because NeNe's now walking around like, I'm above everything, I'm above it. We need someone to go in there and poke a stick with NeNe because no one's doing that.
But all the girls do like Marlo. I thought it was really funny how Cynthia is like, I really like Marlo. I like her a lot. I really like her fashion. I was like, really? That's your basis on liking
Right.
someone as their fashion? But they all like her and they get along. So this little fight with Kandi might be reason enough for them to bring her.
I get
on.
NeNe doesn't like Marlo though, right?
No.
Oh,
NeNe does not like Marlo.
Well, that's because she has her man.
well,
And I personally
But
do
they-
believe that NeNe was
the
trying
previews
to
from
be
next-
thirsty.
yeah.
The next show show them going to dinner. Or
Yeah, we talk about
lunch.
that in
Yeah, I mean,
predictions. So yeah, Courtney, what do you think about
I was just
Marlo?
wondering, does NeNe really not like Marlo, or does she just kind of like, I don't know who this chick is? Like, I don't feel like she has a feeling for real about her one way or the other. Did
Yeah.
I miss something?
No, I've never really
Well,
heard
'cause
her say
when-
anything.
Oh, well, that's true. Because
guess.
weren't they talking when they were arguing? NeNe was eating that up though. She loved that.
Oh yeah.
She was eating up Kim,
Yeah,
being
she
all
loved
it. Yeah.
dramatic.
Yeah. Yeah, she. Yeah.
I would eat that up too. But all right. I mean, that's pretty much the whole episode. Did you guys can you think of anything you want to go back over? Or?
No, I think that we got it, and I'm really excited for next week. So we'll talk about. Are we taking a break, Jesse, or
We're
are we
not
just
gonna take
going
a break.
right into
We're gonna go straight
predictions?
into-
All right.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
Mykee, what do you think's gonna happen when Marlo and NeNe sit down for lunch? Like finally, like we could care less, and they're finally gonna sit down and talk. I mean,
It could go one of two ways. It's either they become friends or NeNe shuts her down.
Courtney, what do you think's gonna happen?
I gotta say, I agree with Mykee there. I'm gonna guess that NeNe's gonna shut her down, though.
I guess my opinion is not much is going to happen. I think that Bravo feels like they kind of have. I think they've orchestrated this lunch because everyone just keeps talking about it, and nobody really cares. They obviously didn't sleep together, and it's Marlo and NeNe are never going to have this huge cat fight. But I think Bravo kind of orchestrated for them to sit down and have lunch, and I don't really think much happens because they didn't show much on the previews. Jesse's the first one to say that sometimes they do that. And something really did happen, but I don't know, Jesse. What do you think is going to happen at the lunch?
I just think it's exactly like. I think NeNe's going to shut it down, but I don't think it's going to have anything to do with the Charles thing. Because I don't think NeNe cares to talk about it. I don't think Marlo cares to talk about it. Yeah. So it's like, why are we even going to dinner right now?
Does Marlo even like Charles? I really don't even see.
She likes his money. But
like, are they dating for real?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, they keep calling him the power couple, but I'm like, if a power couple means the woman has to be doing something like Beyonce and Jay-Z, power couple. Like, Marlo does nothing.
Marlo is doing something, girl.
What?
It takes a lot of work to do what she does.
To be a
Riding
socialite?
those legs.
She's been doing Kegel exercises for like 20 years to make that money.
I can't.
She has to be doing something right. That is all I can say, because Mike's right. She looks like a transvestite.
She's a big girl.
I feel like Marlo's going to make a comment because both her and NeNe are very quick-witted. And I think Marlo's going to say something smart, and I think that's going to fire NeNe off. And I think they'll get in a little tip.
That's what I think.
But I don't think it's going to be about Charles. I think it's going to be about something totally different.
Yeah.
It'll be because they're both going to come in with attitudes, and so somebody's going to say the wrong thing.
Exactly.
And then we know NeNe can't shut up. And I guess Marlo seems kind of the same way as NeNe, like very
wants to put someone in their place.
Yeah.
And then the other thing that is going to happen next week is Cynthia and Peter sit down together, and he tells her why he left or why he didn't left or why he said goodbye, why he didn't say goodbye. Jesse, what do you think about that situation?
I've already made my decision up of how I feel about that. There's nothing he could say next week that, I mean, maybe if one of his kids was like in a fire and he had to like run out. And
Bar one was on fire.
I mean, like, then I'd be like, okay.
What if he was outside fixing the air conditioning?
No, but he was not. At the end of the damn night, that should have been done day before.
Wait, but somebody did make the comment.
He left an hour ago. Yeah. Right. Yeah. He left an hour ago. I don't think.
Hang on, because that place is extremely small. Like they said, how do you not notice your husband's been gone for an hour?
Thank you.
How do you not notice that? You have to.
Yeah.
That's suspect.
That was a little.
Yeah, it's suspect now. She kept calling him his first and last name. Maybe she did know that he was gone, and she was trying to make it really obvious, like, oh, what a jerk, he left me. I don't know. That's kind of far-fetched.
Nah, I don't think she has the balls to do that.
Yeah, I don't think she does either. Okay. Well.
Cynthia doesn't. She's not that ballsy.
I'm excited for next week because we're getting the funeral home up and running.
Courtney, I wish you could have seen Jesse in the booth when he did that.
I can't wait. I love that Phaedra's trying to get into this. I think it's hilarious that she even has Apollo sitting next to her and talking about, you're going to have to cut dead bodies open. Like,
he hates it.
Phaedra, like, bitch, who are you going to have to do this?
Apollo is not going for that.
No.
He's not.
He hates it.
Until he sees the first check come in, I bet he'll be about it.
But then again, what else does Apollo have going for him?
Exactly.
What does he do?
His wife.
He shouldn't be picky or choosy.
When they first started talking about it, he was like, I got other things I want to do. Well, what do you want to do? Like,
he should be more like, what, you want to start your own business and me work for you and kind of just show up? Yeah, I would jump on that.
Right.
But it's actually, the episode is not next week. We don't have another episode until January 8th.
I'm gonna cry.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
So I guess that's why they gave us 2 episodes this week and the extra 15 minutes, whatever.
Why are they not showing it next week?
Well, Christmas, I guess, right?
Okay.
Oh my gosh, they're gonna do that to all the housewives. I'm gonna kill myself.
Well, no, because this one actually airs on Christmas Day. Yeah, this one actually airs on Sunday, which is Christmas Day, and then the next week. Yeah, that's 2 weeks. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
But
yeah, because then it's New Year's Day.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills might still be okay.
I'm gonna need it because that's my.
I'm gonna need something to watch.
I need my Housewives crack. What am I gonna do?
Right, I need to. Courtney, I'm gonna need you in studio on the 8th.
Yeah, Courtney, you gotta come.
I'm working on. I already thought about that, but I have to be in there on the 10th too because we start the game. For those of y'all listening who don't know, it come back January 10th.
Well, we got a lot of things going on in January. But until then, where can we find you guys? Courtney, where you at?
I'm at home.
No. You can find me at 1277 Lake.
Laying on the couch.
But you can find me online on my Twitter account, which is at Stewart Starlet, StewartStarlit.
All right.
And on Facebook.
And you'll be back on the game January 8th. Anything? What? Any?
January 10th, boo. January 10th.
Any other big shows coming up for you?
I don't actually know. All I know is I'm working on the game right now, and I'll be back with the Housewives in the new year.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah,
Mykee,
see you
Wattz,
next year.
Where
Yeah,
can we
right.
find you?
I just performed at the Avalon yesterday. I'm working on a new CD. It'll be out next summer. You can find me across Hollywood doing shows in January.
How can they
And
keep in contact though?
You can tweet me, dog. It's Mykee at Mykee Wattz, which is MykeeWattz.
Alrighty.
Yes,
and
sir.
Miss Bauer.
You can follow me on Twitter at Steph Bauer TV. And thank you so much, Mykee, for coming in. We loved
welcome.
having
Thank you. Thank
and
you.
Courtney, of course, thank you. So keep following us. Keep following Mykee. We hope you
Yes.
come back. If you don't, we will
I
be
will be
catching
back
up
for
with
sure.
you. You're a busy guy. So, Jesse, where can we find you?
Y'all can follow me at DJ Jesse J on Twitter. And
DJ.
Just, I'm gonna be so sad for these next 2 weeks.
I know.
But until next time, guys. Peace. Happy holidays.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas
Kwanzaa. Hanukkah.
and Happy New Year.
Yeah, all that good stuff. Peace. Buzz you later.